Well, joining us this morning, we have Mark Fuerbacher here from Universal Imports of Rochester. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And we are talking about Labor Day travel. A lot of people are going to be hitting the highways this weekend, and we want to give them some tips on how they can ensure a smooth ride. So what are some simple things you can do?
Well, there's some obvious things like getting your oil changed, making sure you gas up before you leave. It's easier to find a local gas station than to find something when you're on the road.
Sure.
Have a technician check over your car, fluids, tires, brakes, those sort of things. Really good idea to have a box in your car, maybe with a gallon of washer fluid, a quart of oil, or a gallon of antifreeze.
Okay.
First aid kit and flares is a good idea also.
All good things, easy to put in your trunk and just in case.
Oh, absolutely.
So if you're out on the roads and something bad happens and your car happens to overheat, what are some things people should keep in mind?
Well, in an overheating situation, which can happen in high traffic volumes on a holiday weekend,
Sure.
My advice is to have a professional check it out. The reason being is that a cooling system is under tremendous amounts of pressure and the coolant is very hot. So if you don't know what you're doing, you could really injure yourself.
Okay.
You can do things like turn the heat on to help cool the car down, at least to get you to a safe spot and pull over. If you do have to pull over, if you're on a highway or major road, get out of the car, get as far away from the car and the road as you can.
Okay. Now, if the warning light comes on, do you have enough time to try and find a service station?
Most warning lights give you enough time to get somewhere to get it checked.
Okay.
They won't come on right when the engine's about to blow up. Okay. An engine light, for example, if it's flashing, that's something very serious. You should pull over as quick as possible. If it's on steady, it usually can wait till it gets to a service station.
And sometimes it can be pretty minor, like a loose gas cap.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, what about gas? Because prices right now are high, even though they have gone down a little bit. Are there any things people can do to conserve on the amount of gas they use while traveling?
Oh, absolutely. One thing you can do is keep a steady speed or use cruise control. That can help your fuel efficiency tremendously, as well as making sure your tire pressure is at the proper amount. 32 to 38 pounds per square inch is what most cars recommend. It helps decrease the friction on the road. As well as, this is an unpopular one, but use the AC less frequently also helps fuel efficiency.
Okay, so rolling down the windows, and it's not supposed to be that warm. So.
Yeah, maybe get some fresh air this time of year.
Sounds like a good idea. Any other tips that people should keep in mind?
Certainly there are things like checking your wipers, having a towel handy that you can wipe your wipers off if they're dirty. Using Rain-X, coating your windshield with Rain-X is great to repel water. And a lot of people don't know this, but you can use car wax on the rest of your windows to help repel the water. It really does a tremendous job. Other things like keeping safe distance, especially in inclement weather. You want to make sure that the rule of thumb is 1 car length for every 10 miles per hour that you're driving. So if you're doing 60, stay at minimum of 6 car lengths behind the car in front of you. And of course, no texting, no cell phones while driving.
All right, all great advice. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're very welcome.
Well, if you have questions for any of the guests who come on our show, you can always email them in to newsroom@rochesterhomepage.net.